Hey guys, we're going to be trying some new makeup today. I'm really excited to be trying this new foundation from Refy. This was something that I saw pop up on the Sephora site. So I got a couple of shades. I got 120C and also 140N. I'm not sure, looking through that frosted bottle here, I'm not sure which shade is going to be best for me. So we'll have to give this a shot. But I wanted to try this before the Sephora sale started, which is this Friday, and see if this belongs in my recommendations. So we're going to be trying that. I also have the new Victoria Beckham Colour Wash in the bronze shade. I did get shade Tan Light. I do have one of the new Lisa Eldridge Velatura Balm. This is her Dewy Lip and Cheek Stick. And she sent a couple to me. I'm gonna try Rose Madder. We'll give that a shot on our cheeks. I also wanted to try, this is new to me, not new to the market, but this is the Make, basically their pressed powder. So I wanted to try that. Givenchy came out with they came out with new pressed highlighters. I actually got these sent to me when I was in New York and I wanted to try them out for you there, but I just sort of ran out of time because there were so many new releases. Like the Prada blushes and the Prada lip glosses, which I did try. I really enjoy those Prada blushes, just FYI. And then I did end up getting one of the new Tom Ford Eye Color Quad Cremes in Ember Bronze. So was going to use that today. And I did also get, again, not new, one of the Tom Ford lip colors. But I'm kind of, I don't know, I'm like falling back in love with the Tom Ford lipsticks. I just reordered Sable Smoke. I've been using that like nonstop. So when I was online, I was like, what other shades look good to me? So I got N3 West Coast. Oh, and last but not least, we're gonna be trying the new Details by Tati brushes. I got the Essentials set. So we've got, here's a picture of them all. We've got some face brushes, some eye brushes. Actually, let me start by opening these because maybe there's a good foundation brush in here. So I think she's got a couple of sets and then I think you can purchase them individually as well. So let's see. I do like this packaging, I have to say. I like that it comes in this little bag. All right, so we have the ES1 brush. This looks like a big powder brush. These handles are nice and long. They're like a mattified, it's like a really dark brownish gray. It actually would make a great brow color. It's like a brownish gray. And then next we have the ES2 brush. So this is a dual-ended brush. It's got one dense, I think this would actually be really good for foundation or even like powder foundation, if you wanna like buff it in. This would be really nice. And then this is a really interesting brush. I think I may have to look on the website how she recommends using this. I've never used a brush like this. It's fan-shaped. It's super duper thin. Do you see that? So it's almost like a paddle. Maybe it's great for, I don't know, like wiping away excess powder or something. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like a scraper. So very, very interesting. And then here's the ES3, which looks like a great cheek brush. It is this a round ferrule? Yeah, it's a round ferrule, dome top. All these brushes, by the way, are synthetic. And then we've got a few smaller brushes here. So we've got the ES4, which is a nice fluffy, slightly pointed blender brush. The ES5, which is a nice smudger brush. I'm sorry, this is the ES6. Yeah, the ES6, apologies, ES6. The ES5 is this shader brush. This shader brush is interesting because, yeah, this would be good for like cream products. So like lipstick, this actually looks like a lip brush to me, which is why I was taking a close look at it. Looks like a lip brush to me, but I think it would also be really great for like liquid shadows. And then we've got ES7, which is a brow brush. It's dual-ended. It's got a spoolie on one end and this nice angle here. So that'll be really nice. Let's jump into this Refy foundation. I think 140N may be a little bit of a better shade match. 120C looks a little bit too white. So I'm gonna start with 140N. And I was really interested in this foundation because, and let me just pull it up on Sephora, because it's called a skin-based hydrating I have dry skin, so I love that. Gel skin tint with hyaluronic acid. I was like, ooh, this sounds really promising. So there are, let's see, 16, 18 shades and $40. And again, available at Sephora. So let's shake this up. And what's also really cool is it comes out of the top, that little hole there. And so you can use this area kind of like a palette right here. Isn't that neat? So I'm going to shake this up and then I'm just going to press down. Ah, wow. That took a lot of pumps. But I like that with every depression of the button, not a ton of product comes out, which is really nice. All right, I think what I'm going to do is just pick some up on my with my finger. And there is a swatch. Yeah, I think that is pretty good. Well, let's start there. Ooh, it does feel gel-like. I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, that does feel gel-like. All right, I want to see what it says here about the finish. Okay, so it has a natural finish. So it's not meant to be super glowy, I guess. All right, so I'm going to try this Tati brush, this ES2 brush. Yeah, ES2. And I'm just going to go right in. Ooh, the brush is really soft. Feels like velour. Okay, there is just one light layer of it. Okay, very light coverage. I did just put on a little amount. Let's see if I pump out maybe two more here, two more pumps. Pick up some more product. Oh, you know what's interesting? This is kind of strange. So here, sorry, on the Sephora site, under highlights, it says radiant finish, but underneath about product, the finish here says natural. All right, we're gonna have to determine for ourselves what we think, what we think this finish is. I'm just gonna put it on half of my face so we can compare. All right, we'll let that set down for a minute or so. The coverage is very, very light, very light. I can see like just the slightest difference between this side and this side without any foundation. I think this is great for dry skin. It feels really nice for sure. And you know what's interesting? So radiant finish or natural finish, I think it's right in between. I don't think it's especially radiant. I don't think it's especially glowy, but there is a little bit more radiance than I would say like a natural skin-like finish has. But so far so good. I really like these light coverage, especially for the warmer months. I really like this light coverage foundation. Okay, I'm gonna pump out a little bit more and apply to the rest of my face. Okay, there it is all over the face. I think you can get a better sense of the coverage. I think it's really nice. Very light, but I do feel like my complexion looks a little bit more evened out. I do like the finish. I feel like now that I have it all over my face, I see a little bit more of the radiance, like right here and right here. So I'm gonna say this leans a little bit more towards radiance. What else does it say here? Yeah, light coverage, fragrance free, no fragrance, no scent or anything. So that's nice. Yeah, I have to say, my skin feels very, very hydrated right now. I've really been enjoying their products. Very nice. Okay, let's move on to the Victoria Beckham Colour Wash. So I'm so interested in this bronze water tint because I even have it sitting out here. I really love the Colour Wash blushes that they came out with. So I was really excited to see that they came out with these in bronze shades. So like I said, I got shade Tan Line. They did come out with two shades. This is the lighter of the two. So Tan Line is described as a sheer medium bronze, and then the deeper shade is Heat Wave, which is a sheer dark bronze. So it says how to use Colour Wash. I'm just reading off of the Victoria Beckham beauty site. How to use Colour Wash. Apply on top of makeup or on clean prep skin and layer for added intensity. Colour Wash's custom dropper applicator provides a few ways to apply. You can drop it on, so onto the back of your hand and then use like a brush. or dotted on, dip the metal tip into the bottle and apply dots directly to the cheeks for precise control placement. Blend with a brush or fingers. All right, so I don't think I need to shake this up. Yeah, it doesn't separate or anything. So I'm just going to depress, and I'm going to, oh, actually, before I drop onto the back of my hand, I still have some of that foundation back there. So let me wipe that off. Okay, since I don't have, I think, an appropriate brush in this Tati set, and I also don't have the number 12 Victoria Beckham brush, I just looked it up, and it's, I don't know, I feel like it's kind of a mix between these two brushes. So this is the Say double-ended brush. I don't know which one it's called. It's not on here, but it's their double-ended brush. And then I have this from Esom. This is the T47. So I thought I could use, I don't know, one of these. I think they would work. I think I'll try the T47 first. Okay, so let me drop a few drops onto the back of my hand. I'll just start with 2. Can always add. And I'm just gonna pick it up with the brush. And I would say the tone, you can probably see it on the back of my hand, it's quite warm. So it definitely is a nice bronze. And if you like a nude look, you could probably use it as a blush as well. I'm just gonna drop one more and add just a little bit. So there it is, applied with the brush. I have this one spot on my cheek where it just, I don't know, like products just don't adhere to it. So ignore that. Ignore that, please. But otherwise, I feel like it does apply fairly evenly, right? I do want to try it with my fingers. So I'm going to just dot this on straight onto my cheek and then use my finger. I don't think I like dotting it straight onto my cheeks. I think I'm going to try it from the back of my hand here. Just pick up a little bit with my finger and just dot it on. I think I like the application better with a brush, but let me see if I can kind of attack these spots, attack these manually. Yeah, I like using a brush. Yeah, when I use my finger, I feel like when I'm tapping, like I'm picking up the product as soon as I lift my finger up. But with the brush, I feel like I'm able to blend it out really nicely. All right, so there is color wash and tan line on my cheeks. I've been so focused on the formula, but the tone is very warm, like I mentioned, but it is, this is probably like the warmest I would go. I feel like you can see a little bit of orange in there. I wish it was a little bit less warm, but I think for the summertime, I think that would be fine. I wonder if I could mix. Well, we won't do that now. We won't do that now because I would just make a mess and probably create a disaster. But anyway, there is the color wash on my cheeks. Okay. Let's move on to the Lisa Eldridge Velatura Balm. I'm very excited for these. So again, she sent over Rose Madder, and let's take a look at this packaging. How fun. This packaging. We've got the Lisa logo on the cap, and here is Rose Madder. Interesting. You can feel, just by swatching, immediately the difference. Very balmy versus just like a cream stick. Here's a swatch. I hope can you catch like the balminess? There's that little bit of like emollients in there. I hope it's picking up on camera. And it has a, did I just mark my nose? I did. It has a little bit of a like sweet, kind of like dessert. Stop, God, I keep getting too close. It smells good, okay? It smells really good. It smells like dessert. Now my nose is pink. Great. I'm gonna go onto the Lisa Eldridge site and see how she recommends actually applying this, because I don't know, usually with cream sticks like this, I like to either pick some up with my finger and tap it on or run a brush across it. But let's see what she says, because I will do anything Lisa Eldridge says. She says to do it one way, I'm gonna do it that way. Okay, Velatura Balm enhances your natural beauty with a nourishing wash of believable color on the lips and a fresh, dewy glow on the cheeks. Designed for effortless, monochromatic makeup, Velatura Balm creates a seamless look that feels modern, intuitive, and beautifully low maintenance. We love the sound of that. Okay, so how to use blend onto cheeks with fingertips. Okay, so I am going to just pick some up, and you know what? This is where you'll probably see how balmy it is on my fingertip. Can you see that? It's a really, really silky kind of balm though. It's not sticky at all. It's not too thick. It's not like ointmenty. Does that make sense? It's not too sticky. Okay, let me just tap on. I do like that they're quite emollient. Great for my dry skin. Nice, and it is actually layering quite nicely over the color wash, so that's good. Really subtle, but what a difference it made. But really, really subtle, and it is very translucent. I can definitely see my skin kind of shining through. So it is, like she says, very effortless, very low maintenance, very natural, easy. Let me apply over here. She has like a bright orangey shade available. I think I may want to pick that up. What is it called? I think it's like pomegranate. Which one is this one? Yeah, pomegranate glacé. That one looks really beautiful for the summertime. All right. Oh, very nice. I really like the texture of this stick. It's, like I said, it's not sticky, but it's balmy. And so there's a nice emollience to it, but it doesn't feel too wet. Doesn't feel too wet or goopy. Nice, okay. Amazing. So that is the Velatura Balm from Lisa Eldridge. Let's try this makeup pressed powder. So I'm going to use this to kind of set underneath my eyes. I don't have concealer on, but you know, the foundation is over there. So this is from Make. It's called the Diffusion Set Translucent Pressed Powder. And I have it in the shade Translucent Fair. Ooh, fun packaging. That's awesome. The bottom is gold. Here is Translucent Fair. I'm not gonna swatch it because that doesn't make much sense. Okay, I'm gonna use this ES3 brush from Tati. I think this is probably better for blush or whatever, but I think this will be fine for underneath my eyes. That's quite nice. I don't feel like you need a lot of the powder to mattify it. Yeah, it feels set down. Yeah, this is a very thin, fine texture. I don't know why I'm holding up my finger. I don't know if you can tell from that, but it's very, very fine, this powder. I don't know if you guys can see the difference. So powder without powder. All right, let me apply here. I'll just apply some just around my nose here. There we go. Wow, very nice. So silky smooth. Moving on, let's try these Givenchy Prisme Libre highlighting powders. So I got number 2 and number 3, rose gold and pearly gold. I just couldn't tell online, you know, which shade was gonna work better for my skin tone. So let's do some swatches. Here's rose gold. Oh, how pretty. And these are baked gel powder. Ooh. Okay, so this is the rose gold. Oh, I'm glad I got this because it's actually not that rosy. It's actually quite peachy, which is nice. Because sometimes the rose can be like a cool tone version of a gold, almost like a white gold. But this is really nice. Look how wet that looks. Yes. Okay, let's try pearly gold here. Oh, and these pans, by the way, are refillable. Or I should say the compacts are refillable. All right, so here is pearly gold. So this looks lighter. Yeah, it's lighter and brighter. So here is rose gold. And then here is pearly gold. Yeah, can you see how much brighter that one is? All right, I say we put one on each cheek. Let's do that. All right, let's start with number 2, rosy gold. And I am gonna use this ES3 brush from Tati. I wanna see how this synthetic hair picks up this baked gel powder. Oh, very easily, very nicely. Ooh, very wet shine. Oh, I love that. Okay. Okay, that's rosy gold. Let's try pearly gold. I'm just gonna flip my brush around and use the other side. Yeah, the only difference I can see between these two shades is that this one just appears a little bit brighter. I can't, once it's applied, I can't really see the difference that much in the actual tone of it, like the peachiness and the gold here. They're really quite similar once you get them on. This one just looks brighter to me, probably because it has the white powder in there. The whiteness to it, you can actually see like the white marbled streaks in there, and the rosy gold doesn't have any of that. Wow, but really, really shiny, really wet looking. Okay, these are definitely gonna be in the running for my Sephora recommendations video. I do like these. I do like these a lot, and you guys know, total sucker for baked gel powder formulas. Okay, let me do my eyebrows. I don't have any new eyebrow stuff, right? Okay, I'm just gonna use my Westman Atelier Bone Brow Defining Pencil. I just have it sitting out here, and I have it in bark. And I used it just the other day because I was doing like a full face of Westman Atelier, and I forgot that I had this brow pencil. So I'm glad I kind of rediscovered it. It's quite nice. I think the pencil itself is a little bit softer than I like. So I wouldn't say it's beginner friendly, but if you're very well acquainted with brow pencils, it's nice because it makes for very fast work. All right, let's jump over to the Tom Ford Eye Color Quad Creme in Ember Bronze. I'm very excited for this. They don't actually have this shade on the Sephora site. They have, I think, Rose Quartz and Olive Smoke, and then they have the powder formula, but those are the only two creme formulas that they have. I thought that was really interesting because this, I'm sorry, this is gorgeous. I mean, it looks gorgeous. But let me do some swatches. I do like this creme formula. I think I mentioned it when I used the Olive Smoke quad. It is quite different, I think, from the previous version of this creme formula, but the new version is nice also. God, look at that bronzy shade. Oof. All right, I'm gonna go in with the Tati ES4 brush. So this is the fluffy blender, and I'm gonna go into the lightest shade, and I'm just gonna start from my inner corner and work out. I feel like this is pretty much my skin tone. I think you can see a little bit of it. Because it's a little bit more yellow than my skin tone, but barely, right? Okay, let me just add a little bit to this side. I think I'll go in with the same brush. I'm gonna go into this brown here. Both of these browns are very deep and rich, so I'm gonna go in lightly and see if I can blend that out easily. I don't know if this is the right brush because it is quite fluffy. And since these are a cream shadow, I think I need a brush that moves the product a little bit more. But it's doing a pretty decent job. Maybe I spoke too soon. Yeah, blended that out quite nicely, actually. Yeah, I think I spoke too soon. I think I can stick with this brush. Wow, that blended out like a dream. I don't know why I did this eye first. I always do this eye first. My eye skin is definitely drooping more. Oh, aging. All right. Wow, yeah, these blended out nicely. This brush did a really good job. I really spoke too soon before. Okay, now for this incredible reddish bronzy shade. I don't know if any of these brushes are quite right. Maybe this one from Tati, the ES6. It's like a smudger brush, but it is pinched, so it's not totally round. Yeah, and I think I'm just gonna add it to the center of my lid here. Let's try it. No, I don't like it. You know what, it's just too small. You know what, I'll use my Westman Atelier eyeshadow 1 brush. I'm just gonna put like the tips of it in. No, this isn't great either. I wonder if I should just use my finger. Let me go in with my finger and tap on, yeah, much better. Much better. All right, I need to blend this out a little bit more. I'm just gonna use my finger. I'm gonna use some of this light shade with the ES4 brush and use that to help transition these shades a little bit more. I feel like I'm seeing a shadow right here. That is such a pretty metallic shade. Okay, I'm gonna just use my finger. That seemed to work the best out of all the brushes that I tried. I probably would have the best luck with some undyed goat hair. That's the best, I think, for like creamy metallic shades. I just don't have any near me or any that are clean right now. There, how's that? How's that? Well, this is very dramatic for what I have planned to do today. I'm gonna be taking my mom to the auto shop, the mechanic. Those are my big plans for the day, so I look quite dramatic for that. But we did have one more shade in here, this very dark one. I think I would use it as an eyeliner, but I'm not gonna bother today. I really do like that formula, and I do love that, you know, if you're going for like a dramatic look, this is very cool. So I'm just gonna curl my lashes and apply some mascara. I'm just gonna use my Surratt Noir Lash Tint. Okay, and as for lips, like I mentioned, this is, I don't even know if this is new to me. I think it is new to me. I don't think I ever had this color before, but I'm like falling back in love with all the Tom Ford lip colors, and I got West Coast. And the formula of these are great. The packaging is great. So here is West Coast. It's a nude color with a little bit of warmth in there. And I thought that would actually be really nice with this Ember, I want to say Ember Smoke, Ember Bronze. There is West Coast. What do we think? Yeah, this has a lot more red in it than the Sable Smoke that I've been using, which is much more nude. Nude with like a little bit of warmth to it. Okay guys, I am all done. I tried out all that makeup that I wanted to, which is wonderful. I really like these Givenchy highlighters. Yes, so bright, so smooth. I'm definitely gonna keep playing around with them. I'm gonna take a look at them in natural lighting, all the good stuff. This Refi Skin Base, is that what it's called? Yeah, Skin Base foundation is really, really nice. I can probably stand to use a little bit of concealer over my spots, go in like a little bit more if I want to like really even out my skin tone. But this is very nice for like everyday light coverage. Feels great on my skin. And so far, it's only been about a half hour, but so far it is not getting any shinier or anything, which is lovely. Lovely, I love that. This powder from Make is very fine, really, really silky smooth. The Color Wash and the Velatura Balm, I really like the balm. I really, really like the formula. The Color Wash, I don't know, for some reason, I mean, I think it's fine, but for some reason, I think it's more successful as a blush. And I don't know why. It goes on the same part of my face. I pretty much blend it out the same way. And I like it, but I don't know, like I really loved the blush. Maybe the fact that it's like a wash, I don't know. I'm gonna have to like think a little bit more about that. Maybe it's the tone, because it's quite warm, it's quite orangey, which for a bronze is to be expected, but I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about that one. I'll just say that. This eyeshadow's great, lipstick. I mean, the formula's wonderful. This color is really, really nice. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I am gearing up to do a lot of recommendations videos for the Sephora sale that is coming up. It starts this Friday, so definitely subscribe down below if you're interested in those. Definitely turn on notifications if you want to see those videos as soon as I make them live. And what else? If you could hype this video, if you're watching me on mobile, some of you may be able to hype my video, which is just a button with like a shooting star underneath. I would love that. Please comment also. If you have any questions or anything, please let me know down below in the comment section, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.